What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a few days since I've uploaded because honestly, I've been running out of topics to talk about. But welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Opinion. My name is Jason, and let's get right into it. So, today's episode, it's gonna be more of a venting session from my previous experiences, primarily from dating and more specifically, the lack of communication when it comes to dating. So, this is coming from me using dating apps, specifically Tinder and Bumble. And during times of self isolation, I feel like that's one of the more prioritized methods of of communicating and meeting people online. So, there have been a couple of instances where I'm chatting with a girl on Tinder and we exchange numbers. We set up an initial date to go on, and regardless of the location, we set up the date, and then this is the part that really irks me, that really fucking pisses me off. It's the fact that whenever I reach out and there's a hiatus in communication, and when I ask them for their address so that way I can I can pick them up to go on the date, nothing. And then I hit her up with this text message. I'm gonna paraphrase it. It goes along the lines of, if you are still interested on going out, let's say the date is for tomorrow, for Thursday. I I tell her, if you're still interested in going out, in this instance tomorrow, Thursday, that's cool. If not, then let's stop me wasting your time and you wasting my time. And then nothing. So either one of two things. Either one, and both in both well, I'm gonna rattle off the options because I honestly don't know how many options I'm gonna rattle off before I give it any numeric listing. So one of the possibilities is somewhere along the lines, I fucked up with my verbal communication, and in terms of her not being interested anymore, which is entirely a possibility. Second thing is, she's ghosting me, which I'm like, okay, this isn't the first time, and I think that that's a pussy move, regardless of who it is. If it's a guy, if it's a girl, it's a fucking pussy move. And the third one, which is gonna tie into the second one, is a lack of communication and respect. When you're ghosting someone, and yes, this is coming from a place of frustration because it's happened multiple times. And I'm not specifically pinpointing this on women. This is men as well. If you're not interested in someone, don't be disrespectful. Don't ghost them. Because if you ghost someone and you're being disrespectful like that, it just shows you what kind of a person you are. And like I said, this is my own opinion. This has happened on numerous occasions. And yeah, just in general. Yes, there is a possibility where my personality and my verbal personality has maybe not been the strongest, and that could be true. Maybe I just don't see it and I'm still working on it. I'm still honing that component of my personality, especially when it's someone that I don't know very well and I'm just getting to familiarize myself with them. On the other hand, if you're not if the other party is not feeling the vibe of what you're feeling, if you're here, well, if my vibe is here and your vibe is here, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna have to find some sort of equilibrium in order to maximize, well, not maximize, to balance out whatever our vibe is. If my vibe is, like I said, if my vibe is here and yours is here, I will do my best to either diminish my level, my vibe, or for you to match my vibe so that way we can have a source of equilibrium. However, I feel like ghosting is extremely disrespectful. And also, it shows an extreme lack of self respect and also disrespect to the other person. Because A, it's telling me that you lack the communication to B, well, yeah. So A, it tells me you lack proper communication skills. And B, you are too much of a pussy, or too much of a coward to tell them that you're not interested in them anymore. Yes, I know that they don't have an obligation to do that, but ghosting tells me a lot about someone. It tells me, like I said, it tells me A, you lack proper communication, and B, you're too much of a pussy and a coward to admit to the other person, to reveal to the other person that you are no longer interested. And in my opinion and experience, it leaves this unanswered question of what did I do wrong? Is there anything that I could have done better? And to answer those questions, I feel like it's more of a verbal personality flaw, that maybe I asked the wrong questions, which, like I said, it's entirely a possibility. But also, maybe I just haven't found someone who can match my level of personality. Or maybe I was just being too brash and maybe a little too hasty. Like I said, also a possibility. However, the most recent woman that I've talked to, she's 29 and I'm 24. Yes, there is that age gap. However, the fact that she is in her late 20s, almost 30, like I said, she's 29 years old. The fact that she's acting, in my opinion, the fact that she is in her late 20s and she's acting this petulant, that's saying a lot about that person. She's 29. And in her bio, she explicitly mentioned looking for a relationship. I'm going to paraphrase this next part. Actually, you know what? No. Wait, did I? Hold on. You know what? I'm going to read her. I will not mention her name. I will not show a picture of her. I'm just going to mention the conversation. Well, whatever her bio has. 29, lives in New York. Dog mom, gamer, reader, quarter Asian, cook, travel enthusiast. Wow, okay. She changed her bio. Looking for a relationship. Before, it said, no, you can't change my mind. Now it says, will probably let you play my PS4 VR on the first date. Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. It just goes to show that for me, communication is one of the most critical components in any relationship. It doesn't matter if it's professional, platonic, sexual, romantic, don't matter. Communication is probably one of the most critical components in any healthy relationship. And if that shit can't even... And if someone who is almost in their... If someone is almost 30 years old and they cannot properly communicate and they ghost someone, are you really sure you're ready for a relationship? If you can't even verbalize properly? And yes, I understand that if you're not interested in someone, the easiest route is to ghost someone, but come on. Have a little bit more respect for the other person. At least tell them that you didn't. I know that they don't have an obligation to, but in my opinion, you can at least have the common courtesy and the decency to tell someone that they're not interested. I don't know. Sue me. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Let me know in the comments below about what you think. What do you think is the most important component in any healthy relationship? And do you think that it's appropriate for someone to ghost without any reason? Or do you think that they could at least have the decency and not be a pussy or a coward to just not let someone know about if they have a change of heart? I don't know, let me know in the comments. Anyway, don't forget to click that like button, click subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload another video. That's it for today. Peace.